Good day, students! Welcome back to Series at School's Learning English Online. For today, I will be teaching the P.5 English grammar. And we will be talking about simple present tense negative sentence. But before we will start, let me hear something from you. How are you today? That's very nice to hear. I am very well too. So, let's proceed to our topic, simple present tense negative sentence. And now I want you to open your book on page 76. Again, open your book on page 76. Finish opening? So, let's start. What are we going to learn today? We are going to learn about simple present tense negative sentence and of course, contractions. Again, what is the first topic that we are going to learn today? Very good. And what is the second topic with regards to English grammar that we are going to talk about today? Very good. Can you say it again? Contractions. Again, contractions. Later on, we will know what contractions is all about. So, let's start. Let us define what is simple present negative sentence by knowing each word. We have here the first one. Simple present tense. Class, this is just a review because I know that in your previous years of learning English grammar, you have learned about simple present tense. And it says here that a simple present tense is a verb tense used to talk about conditions or actions happening right now or habitual actions and occurrences. Again, can you read it louder for me, please? Or habitual actions and occurrences. Again, occurrences. That's good. So now, we have here negative sentence. Now, what is negative sentence? It says here, a sentence that bears not. Again, what should it bear? The word not. To express that the subject do not do the action. Okay? Again, it bears what word? It bears the word. Very good. It bears the word not. Meaning, because of not, it negates to the positive meaning of the sentence. So, it makes a sentence negative because the subject is not doing the action in the sentence. Do you understand? Okay, so if we combine the two definitions of these two terminologies, we can say or we can conclude that simple present negative sentence meaning is okay, simple present negative sentence is a negative sentence in the simple present tense that bears not to express that the subject does not do the action in the sentence. Okay? We already combined the two definitions from the two terminologies. And we have here, can you read it for me again? Is a negative sentence that bears not to express that the subject does not do the action in the sentence. Okay? So we have here the example. Again, the word not. Always remember that if a negative sentence, it should always remember that a negative sentence always bear not. So we have here an example. we do not go to school. Again, we do not go to school. So we have here the word not. And the other example is, we don't go to school. Again, the other example is, we don't go to school. Now, as what you can observe, in the first sentence, the negative word there is the word not. And in the second sentence, the negative word there is the word don't. Again, don't. Why does it has don't? Like do, and then n, and then nt. What does it have that way? Later on, I will discuss that in the contractions. Okay? So this time, we'll have the rules of simple present negative sentence. Again, rules of simple present negative sentence. So, when we talk about rules of simple present negative sentence, it's very easy. And there is helping verbs that we need. We have here helping verbs with nouns. Okay? When we talk about helping verbs, class, these are words that will indicate what form or what tense of verb are we talking about. Or it can be what form or how many subjects do we have in the sentence. For example, we have here plural and singular. And the helping verb for plural is do. Again, when your subject is plural, you should use the helping verb do. And if the subject is only one or singular, that means you're going to use the helping verb does. Again, remember, plural, do. Singular, does. And both of them should have not. And of course, the base form of the verb. Class, can you still remember what is a base form of a verb? Okay, when we talk about a base form of the verb, it means that it is the simplest form of the verb. Meaning, there's no D, no ED, no S, no ES, or IES. Meaning, just the simple form of the verb. It's not in the past form, it's not in the past participle form, it's always in the present base form of the verb. Do you understand? Now let's have some examples. We have here from the example of the helping verb do. Of course, it is used if the subject of the sentence is very good, plural. So we have here the example. Subject is Jen and Dave. Okay, we have two subjects, which means they are plural. We are talking about two subjects. Again, it says here, we have here do plus not, and then the base form of the verb, and then the continuation, drink. We have here the verb drink. Jen and Dave do not drink coffee. Okay, so as what you can see, we use the word drink because there is no such word as drink. Okay, so, and we should not use the past form of the word drink because it says here base form, and the base form of the word drink is drink. Okay, we have now the other example, the students. Again, the students. Class, it has S here, so meaning it is plural. That's why we are going to use the helping verb do plus not, and then the simple or the base form of the verb, and then the continuation. Next, we have here the children plus the helping verb do plus the negative word not, and then the base form of the verb, which is the word drink. Class, As what you can see, children here doesn't have any S. But remember, the singular form of children is, again, very good. You can still remember, child. And the plural form of child is children. So when we talk about children, it means it can be two or more children. So we have here another example. The babies. Again, the babies. And then do not drink coffee. Now, let's read the example sentences using the do not negative form of sentence. We have here, Jen and Dave do not drink coffee. The students do not drink coffee. The children do not drink coffee. And the babies do not drink coffee. Okay, we're finished with the plural. Now let's proceed with the singular. Class, again, when we talk about singular, what helping verb are we going to use? Very good. We are going to use the helping verb does. Okay, we have here the example, Gwen. Only one name, meaning only one person. Gwen does not drink coffee. We have here the same base form of the verb. And then we have another, Henry does not drink coffee. Next, our dog does not drink coffee. The subject is our dog, meaning only one dog. Next, we have here, Jazzy does not drink coffee. How many person is Jazzy? Very good. Only one, that's why we use the word does. And of course, the base form of the verb drink is still drink. A while ago, we have talked about the helping verbs with nouns. Now this time, we will talk about helping verbs with pronouns. And when we talk about pronouns, it replaces the function of the noun in the sentence. Again, when we talk about pronoun, it replaces the function of noun in the sentence. So we have here, again, the same. We will use do for plural, does for singular, and then both of them will have not, and then the base form of the verb. But this time, we will apply the rules of pronoun. So we have here plural. Class, what are the pronouns that we consider plural? We have the we. Okay, we do not drink coffee. Plural, we, which means the subject or the speaker and other more subjects. It means we. Next, the word they, meaning the speaker is talking about other persons, which can be two or more. That's why we call them they do not drink coffee. But class, this is an exemption. I put the I and the you here because I and you is the exemption. Because I and you, I means singular, right? Because the speaker is talking about him or herself. But it follows the rule of plural. Meaning, if you are using I and you as the subject, you will always and always use do. And then the negative, not. Follow the base form of the verb. It's the I here is singular and the you here can be singular or plural, but remember to use do and then the following rule. Next, we have here the singular. Okay? When we talk about singular, we will use does plus not plus the base form of the verb. Do you understand? Very good. It's the same with what I told you a while ago when I talked about helping verbs with nouns. Now this time, we are going to apply the rule with the pronouns. So we have here, how many pronouns do we have that we considered as singular? We have 3. We have the he, and then she, and then it. So, let's read the following sentences. He does not drink coffee. She does not drink coffee. And it does not drink coffee. Do you understand? Okay, that's good. So now, remember, if we are using singular, we use the helping verb does. And if we are using plural subject, we will use the helping verb do plus the negative word not and then the base form of the verb. Always remember that pattern. Next, we are finished with the simple present negative sentence. We already talked about the rules and the example sentences. And this time, we are going to talk about contractions. Again, what will be our next topic? Contractions. Very good. So when we talk about contractions, class, it's very easy. Just notice this pattern. So when we talk about plural, as what I've said a while ago, we will use the helping verb do plus not plus base form of the verb. But take note, in contracted form or contractions, we are going to combine the do and the not. And how do we combine them? We combine them by, we combine them with the word don't. Okay, we will omit the O and then add apostrophe and then combine them. So, we formed the word don't. And there's no need to write the not because it's already here. And then, of course, do not forget the base form of the verb. If a while ago I told you about do not plus base form of the verb, in contractions, you will use don't plus the base form of the verb. Take note, that only applies if the subject of the sentence is very good, plural. So, next is the singular form of contractions. We have here the word does not. Does plus not plus base form of the verb. But if we are going to use the contractions, class, remember when we talk about contractions, we are going to omit something by combining it. We have here does not or doesn't. Okay? We combined the two words does and not by forming the word doesn't. Okay? Do plus not, when contracted, became don't. And does plus not, when contracted, became doesn't. Very good. So, we have here, of course, after that is the base form of the verb. Do not forget that after all of that follows the base form of the verb. You understand? Okay. So now, we have here examples. A while ago, we used drink coffee. But this time, we use eat pork. Jen and Dave don't eat pork. A while ago, we used do not. But this time, we use don't. Okay? Jen and Dave don't eat pork. My friends don't eat pork. The base form of the verb or the simplest form of the verb eat. Jamila and I don't eat pork. Hannah and James don't eat pork. Are you following? That's good. So, we used don't if the subject is plural. Always remember that. Next. Okay. We have here the singular. Okay? When we talk about singular, we will use the helping verb does not. But in contracted form, it will become doesn't plus the base form of the verb. So we have here the following subjects: Gwen, Henry, our dog, Jazzy, and Martin. All of them is only one. So we have here Gwen doesn't, Henry doesn't, our dog doesn't, Jazzy doesn't, and Martin doesn't drink coffee. Okay, we go back to the usage of drink coffee. Drink coffee. Drink coffee and drink coffee. Now, let's read all the sentences. Gwen doesn't drink coffee. Henry doesn't drink coffee. Our dog doesn't drink coffee. Jazzy doesn't drink coffee. Martin doesn't drink coffee. Okay, so we are finished with contractions and its example. Now we have here don't and doesn't plus pronouns as a review. And then plural, don't plus base form of the verb. We have here we, they, I, and you. We consider I and you as plural. Don't and then eat pork. Okay, this is usage of contractions with pronouns. It follows the same as what I told you a while ago. It's just that we are going to combine the do not into one word. We have don't. Okay, next. We have the singular form of pronouns. We have the he, she, and it. Now this time, instead of using does not, we use doesn't and then eat pork. He doesn't eat pork. Then, she doesn't eat pork. And then, it doesn't eat pork. Okay, again, let's read the following sentences. He doesn't eat pork. She doesn't eat pork. It doesn't eat pork. Okay, that's good. So, we are already finished discussing the two topics that we have for today. And it deals about simple present negative sentence. Now, let's try your understanding by answering some sentences. But it's in your book. Open it on page 76. Open your book on page 76. Let's answer the exercise number 35. Are you ready? Okay, let's answer number 2. She blank like milk. The subject there is she. Now, she, this is a pronoun. Okay, are we going to use does not or do not? Okay, very good. The answer there is does not. How about the word or the subject they? They. Is it singular or plural? Very good. It's plural. So we are going to use the helping verb do plus the negative form is not. So we have do not. They do not play soccer. They do not play soccer. Next, I is the subject. Do you consider I as singular or plural? Okay, you remembered it. It's the exception. I should use the helping verb do. So we are going to use do not. I do not understand. I do not understand. Okay, we have here number 5. Does not. Do not. The subject is it. It. Now, it, singular or plural? Very good. It is singular. So, we are going to use the helping verb does plus the negative word not. The answer here is does not. So, it does not rain much here. It does not rain much here. Okay. So, we're finished with items 2 to 5. Now, let's proceed to items 6 to 9. So, we have here number 6. Number 6, the subject there is the pronoun you. You, singular or plural? It can be. But of course, as what I told you from the rule, you're going to use the helping verb do and then the negative word not. You do not understand. So we have here, you do not understand. Next, number 7. Number 7, he don't work hard. Now, as what you can observe, class, the sentence is using the contracted form, doesn't and don't. And the subject here is he. Again, the pronoun he. So, what do you think is he? Singular or plural? Okay, very good. It is singular. So, since it is singular, we are going to use the be verb. We are going to use the helping verb does. And in contracted form, it will become doesn't. So, he doesn't work hard. Again, he doesn't work hard. Number 8. You don't need help. The subject here is the pronoun you. What was the rule again? You follows the function or the rule of plural. So when it's plural, we are going to use don't. You don't need help. You don't need help. Next, number 9. They don't live here. Which do you think is the correct helping verb? Contracted helping verb for this. Okay, they don't live here. They don't live here. We're finished with 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's proceed to 10, 11, and 12. Okay? She do not speak English. Which do you think is the answer? Okay, do not be tricked. This one is using contracted form. This one is using uncontracted form. So we have here, of course, because it is singular, she, we're going to use doesn't. She doesn't speak English. She doesn't speak English. Next, number 11. We don't have time. We don't have time. What do you think is the correct answer for this? Of course, very good. The correct answer is don't because our subject is the pronoun we, which is very good. Plural. It can be 2 or more subjects. So, we don't have time. We don't have time. Next, number 12. I don't study every day. What do you think is the correct answer? Remember the rule, the exception that I told you. Okay, very good. When we talk about the subject is the pronoun I, always and always follow the function of plural subject, which means that we are going to use the helping verb don't. I don't study every day. I don't study every day. Clap your hands for yourself. Good job. So before we will end this lesson, let's have a review. It's review time. Okay, when we talk about simple present negative, it means that It is a negative sentence in the simple present tense that bears not to express that the subject does not do the action in the sentence. We have here not, and the examples are we do not go to school and we don't go to school. These two sentences have the same meaning, but it's just that the first sentence is using the uncontracted form and the second sentence is using the contracted form. Next is, of course, we have here the negative statements. And of course, let's proceed to the rules. Let's review the rules. Helping verbs, we have here do, does, not, and then the main verb, do for plural and does for singular. And when we talk about base form of the verb, the simplest form of the verb. No S, no ES, no D, no ED, or no IES. Next, we have, the examples. For pronoun, we do not drink coffee. They do not drink coffee. And when we talk about I and you, remember the exception. I should use do, and then the negative, not, and then the base form of the verb. And then you should also use do, not, base form of the verb, drink. Okay, for singular, we are going to use the helping verb does. And then he does not drink coffee. She does not drink coffee. It does not drink coffee. Okay, finish with that. Now let's proceed to the contracted helping verbs. Okay, we have plural don't, singular doesn't, okay, and then plus helping verb. Remember that the do not is combined together to form don't. Does not combine together to form doesn't. Now, that ends our lesson for today. Goodbye and see you soon. Thank you for listening and watching my video. Bye!